Hello, I'm Jo, and I'm a teacher at Twinkl. This is the second in a series of 5 videos where we're reading an ebook called How to Skin a Bear. In each video, we read a section of the text and we focus on a different skill. In today's video, we're going to be reading chapter 2 and focusing on the skill of summarising, summing up what we've read. Now, last time we read chapter 1, so here's a really good chance for us to practice that skill of summarising, of summing up what we've already read. You don't need to write anything down, but just spend a few moments thinking about how you would sum up what happened in chapter 1. Pause the video. Okay, so when we're summarising, we want to pick out the main events and mention the main characters. We don't want to go into too much detail. So let's have a little look through chapter 1 to remind ourselves. So in chapter 1, we met Bee and we found out that she's the youngest member of the tribe and she hates her job plucking feathers. We might mention a few other characters too, like Dad and Dog. Now on page 4, it listed a lot of the members of the tribe and told us a little bit about them. Is that something you'd include in a summary? That's right, you wouldn't. It's too much detail to go into for a summary to mention the lesser characters in a story. The tribe were really alarmed because the sun went really red, and that's quite a key event, so you would mention that. They thought the red sky, the red sun, was an omen, and so they performed a ritual. And after the ritual, a big storm started, and it finishes with the line, "Then a fat drop of rain lands on my tongue." So to summarise chapter 1, you might say something like, in chapter 1, we're introduced to Bee, who is the youngest member of a Stone Age tribe. She hates that she has a boring job, plucking feathers. Vulture alerts the tribe to the fact that the sun is red, really red. The tribe think it is an omen and perform a ritual. At the end of the chapter, a storm begins. Let's read chapter 2, which is called Goat Guts and Ox Intestines. There are 12 people in our tribe, and we all share a tent made of sticks and furs. All of these people are crammed into a small space, all snoring and breaking wind in their sleep. It is loud, it is smelly. "Can Dog sleep in the tent with us tonight, Dad?" I ask, grabbing Dog around the belly so that he can't run off after a frenzied squirrel. "We can't have that, Bee," Dad says. "The tent is for humans. Dog wants to sleep outside where the air is fresh." Dog isn't the only dog in the tribe, but he is the best. "If any dog deserves to sleep inside, it's him," I say. "Plus, it's raining hard." "Dog loves the rain," says Dad. Gloopy brain," he sings. Dad is always singing to himself. He's that sort of dad. "No, Dog hates the rain," I say defiantly, as Dog breaks free and trots off cheerfully through the hammering drops into the underbrush. "He's having the time of his life," says Dad. "Now get inside before you're soaked. I'll lead Dog over to the others." My furs are soggy and my tangled hair is full of drips. I leave Dad to chase after Dog, and I clamber into the tent. Inside, it's already crowded. I stumble over hairy legs, trip on an arm, and nearly land face first on Vulture's bent nose. "The end of days!" he cries as I fly towards him. But I throw my arms out and stop myself just in time. "Sorry, Vulture." Vulture just grunts. He really is spooked by the red sun. Could it really mean another long frost? I shiver just thinking about it. Luckily, when you sleep in a tent with 11 other big sweaty people, it is never cold. I curl up next to knotted mane. The ground is a bit lumpy, but I wrap my deer pelt around me. When Dad comes back, soaked to the bone, I tuck my toes under his goat skin. He doesn't mind sharing, he's that sort of dad. I listen to the rain drumming on the tent and to the shuffles and grunts of the tribe as they try to get comfy. Dad, I whisper, why did you call me Bee? Why not something scary like glistening claw? Because when you were born, you were so small and fuzzy, says Dad, holding his hands up to show me just how small I was. But I'm not small and fuzzy now. That's true, says Dad, shuffling to get comfy, but you still bring sweetness to my life. I lie still and think about this. But Dad, yes, Bee, what if I grow up into a fierce fighter? What if I kill a wolf or a bear? Could I change my name to Glistening Claw then? You could, but it's not our names that make us who we are, Bee. It is our actions. Oh, good night, my little bee, yawns Dad. Night, Dad, I mumble. Gloopy brain, he sings sleepily. When I close my eyes, I dream. I dream that it's the long frost and I am Glinting Fang. I face a cave lion across the ice. The lion snarls. I raise my axe, but just as I'm about to bring it down, I look up. A red sun glares in the middle of a hazy yellow sky. Stop reading for a moment and we'll see if we can practice our summarising skills with the paragraph that tells us about Bee's dream. I'm going to read it again and then you'll pause the video and write down your own summary of the dream. I dream that it's the long frost and I am Glinting Fang. I face a cave lion across the ice. The lion snarls. I raise my axe, but just as I'm about to bring it down, I look up. A red sun glares in the middle of a hazy yellow sky. Pause the video. Okay, so you may have summarised that as something like Bee, who is Glinting Fang in the dream, is killing a cave lion with an axe during the long frost. That would be an example of how you could summarise that. Let's read on from the top of page 15. I wake to darkness and snores and pattering rain. Tumbling Pebble said that the sun was an omen, and even Bentrey was worried. But the elders have done the ritual now, a dance, a song, and a procession. If that doesn't keep the sky spirits happy, nothing will. In my mind, I squeeze the picture of the red sun between my fingers until it bursts like a pimple. Soon I'm drifting off to sleep again. I'm woken by a blast of cold air. I sit bolt upright. That's not right. The tent is never cold. I mean never, not even in the depths of winter with snow piled up knee-deep outside. The rain drums so hard on the roof, it's like the sky spirits are pelting us with stones. The tent creaks and shudders. Outside I can hear the wind crashing through the treetops. I imagine the red sun, bigger and redder and more evil than ever before. A shivery wind shoots past me. I hear a flat snap sound, then one of the furs covering the tent flies off. Stone-hard rain tumbles onto me, Dad, and knotted mane. Oh, goat guts. Ah! Shouts Dad. Knotted mane squeals, and within moments the whole tribe is awake. It's pandemonium. Pack up the tent! Keep the food dry! Stick together! Bring the masks! Grab the instruments! Get everyone inside! Get everyone outside! It's wet outside! It's wet inside! Can you summarise what happens on page 16? Pause the video and write it down. So again, we don't want to say all of the things that the people are shouting out. We want to just sum up what's happening on that page of the story. So you might say something like, Dad and Knotted Mane shout out and the whole tribe wake up very quickly. There's chaos as people shout different instructions to one another on what to do. Let's read on at the top of page 17. Look out, it's going to collapse. The tent posts groan and creak. Arms, legs and furs crash into me on all sides. I frantically scramble through the tent door just as the whole structure collapses in on itself. Outside, the rain hammers down. Storm clouds scurry past the moon, lighting the sodden forest in flashes of white. The muddy ground slimes between my toes. I can't see where I'm treading. Ouch! Ah! I cry as I step on splintering sticks and sharp stones. The air is full of sound. Fetch the dogs! Someone shouts. Leave the dogs! Shouts someone else. No way am I going to leave Dog in all this. I skid over the slushy ground towards the howling pack. Dog! I bellow. Bee! Calls a worried voice. It's Dad. Honey Bee! Dad! I call. I have to find Dog. He will find us, Bee. Come this way. There is a warm, safe cave. It's not far. I'm not listening. Dog! I bellow. Where are you? I trip and land in the mud. I don't know which way I'm facing. Treetops bend and wave as if they're beckoning me. Bee, you have to stay with the tribe, calls Dad. His voice seems further away. I hear a howl echoing in the distance. Moonlight floods the forest in front of me. Less than 5 paces away, I can see the dogs crowded together under a tree. I scan the heaving furry bodies. Dog, I call. There he is. His grey coat shines silver with rainwater, and he's fighting through the crowd of frantic mutts, desperately looking for a way to escape the chaos. Bee! Dad's voice is so faint now I can hardly hear him. I'm coming, I yell. Come on, Dog. Good boy. I run towards him, but he doesn't hear me over the noise and commotion of the other dogs. I race towards the terrified pack, but I'm too late. Dog bolts. Dog! I shout. Dog yelps and disappears into the darkness. Bee! Yells Dad. I have to go back, but I can't leave Dog. What do I do? Lightning zigzags through the sky so close that I can feel the air tingle. With a mighty crack, it strikes a tree. Suddenly, the whole thing is burning. It burns with a bright yellow grin like a vengeful sky spirit come down to earth. Oh, goat guts. Oh, ox intestines. In my head, pictures run round and round like a herd of deer. Dog lost in the rain, Dog falling over a cliff in the darkness, Dog getting struck by lightning. I have to find him. Without another thought, I sprint into the darkness. Can you summarise what happens on page 19, but in just 3 statements? Pause the video and have a go. Okay, so you might have picked out these 3 main things that happened. 1, Bee goes after Dog, even though Dad tries to stop her. 2, lightning strikes a tree and sets it on fire. 3, Bee runs into the darkness looking for Dog. Now that's only an example answer. You might have chosen 3 different statements to sum up what happens on that page. Well, that's the end of chapter 2. There are some more questions and activities for you to do after the video. Just click the link in the description below to find out what they are. I hope you'll join me next time to read chapter 3. Goodbye.